Hi everyone, welcome back to pattern printing videos. This is part 2 video. If you didn't watch part 1 video, please find the link of part 1 in the description. So we have seen how to print this particular pattern, that is triangle of stars. So here if you look at the pattern, this particular pattern is consisting of 5 lines. So in order to print these 5 lines, you need a outer loop with 5 iterations. And in each line we are going to print these particular stars with different number of lines. So first consideration is we need outer loop with 5 iterations. So in this process I is maintaining the values I equal to 1 to 5. I equal to 1 indicates first line, I equal to 2 indicates second line, so on, and I equal to 5 indicates fifth line. Now the second thing is when I is maintaining some value, that means when it is in one line, you need to print the stars as per the pattern. Let us consider if I equal to 1, that means you are in first line and you need to print star only one time. Similarly, if I consider I equal to 3, that means you are in third line. When you enter into internal loop, you need to print this particular star 3 times. So that internal loop has to rotate 3 times. This is what we have seen in the part 1. So that means the internal loop count is equal to the line number or row number, that is nothing but I. That is the reason the condition is j less than or equal to I. Okay. Once again I request please watch the part 1 and come back here. Okay. So in this process the j will progress like this. In the line 1, j will stop at 1 itself. In the line 2, j will stop at 2. Similarly, in the line 5, j will stop at 5. So this is the for loop, for outer loop, for I equal to 1, I less than or equal to 5, I plus plus. Generally, here we are considering I less than or equal to 5. Okay, because we consider a fixed pattern, and that pattern is consisting of 5 lines. I use directly 5. But for real-time programming, you can ask the user to give this number of rows so that you can store it in particular variable, like for example small n. Then this 5 can be replaced with small n. So this is the main for body. This is the internal loop, internal for loop. We are using variable j equal to 1, and the condition as I said, j less than or equal to I, then j plus plus. So in this body you are going to use printf function with a star. Okay, don't be confused. Whenever I equal to 1, this j loop will rotate only once with value 1. When I equal to 2, this j loop will rotate twice with values 1 and 2. Likewise, when I equal to 5, this j loop, internal loop, will rotate 5 times, that is j 1 to 5. That is the reason you are getting 5 stars. Okay. After each line, after printing each line, you must enter into the second line. That is the reason you need to use this slash n, printf slash n. So this is what we have seen in the part 1. So now please keep in your mind one important point. Here I mentioned this printf function in yellow color. Here I am going to change the parameter of this printf. So that means I am not going to change the pattern, the shape of the pattern, because I am not going to change here for loop. And I am going to change only the character which is going to be printed. Okay, so that means the shape is retained. Don't change the shape. What is our shape? We are going to print 5 lines, and in the first line we are going to print the character whichever is there in printf function only one time. In the second line we are going to print that particular character twice. In the third, thrice. Likewise in the fifth, 5 times. Okay, if I am going to change that particular character, what will happen? So if I replace that star with 5, what will happen in the pattern? Shape will not change, but the star will replace with 5. Next, again, now I am using percentile d comma I. As you know, percentile d comma I is nothing but like I value will be printed. I value will be printed. Here I is a variable, so for and it is an integer variable. That is the reason we use percentile d. This is basic, you all know. So now, in order to understand, let me replace the star with I first, then we will replace the I value. As I said, please don't confuse. We are not going to change the shape, just we are replacing the star with the character which is represented in printer. For our understanding purpose, I replaced with I, but we need to write the value of I also. In fact, we need to write the value of I. Now, what is the value of I? Whenever you are considering, whenever you are looking at the first line, in the first line, what is the I value? I value equal to 1. So then that means you need to replace the first I with 1. Look at the second line. In the second line, you have 2 I's. Okay. In the second line, what is the I value? 2. So that means these 2 I's must be replaced with 2, 2. In the third line, 3, 3, 3. In the fourth line, 4, like that. Okay. This is very straightforward fixed value. Now, again I am changing the character in the printer. Now I change it to J. Okay. So that means just look at J. Whatever the value J is maintaining, that value I am printing. How many times? Same. In the first line, 1 time. In the second line, twice. Like that. Okay. There is no change in our shape of pattern. Just the character is changing. For this example, the character is, whatever the character in the printf function is mentioned is J. So that means whatever the J values are there, those are going to be printed. So now I replace with the J with the values. Now little bit different we are thinking, like this is the pattern. Now this is the actual way. The pattern is given, we need to write down the program. As of now, we know the logic for this particular pattern. Now we need to find out the logic for that character. Which character we need to print? That is the question mark. So here, observe the pattern. In the first line, you need to print 5. In the second line, you need to print 4. How many times? 2 times. That will be taken care of. By your internal for loop. You need not to worry the number of times how 4 can be printed. That is taken care by your internal for loop. But what character you need to print? In the second line, 4. In the third line, 3. In the fourth line, 2. In the fifth line, 1. So that means simply I can say I need to print 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, line by line. Okay. So for that, here you can use I values as a reference. Because you have a fixed text, fixed character to print in each line, you can take the reference of I like this. So this is what I mentioned just now. In internal loop, what we need to print? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I need to generate this 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I need to relate 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or I need to get this 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 from this particular I. How I can get? Like this. 5 equal to 6 minus 1, 4 equal to 6 minus 2. So if you subtract the I from a constant 6, you will get this particular character. Okay. So here the particular pattern is having 5 lines. I use 6. If the particular pattern is having n number of lines, then it would be n plus 1. Okay. So now the generalized logic equation for that question mark, I mean for that character, is 6 minus I. 6 minus I. Okay, so now this 6 minus I replaced with 6 minus I is replaced with that character percentage D. What you are going to print? 6 minus I. 6 minus I is nothing but, you can see from this particular whatever this box, 6 minus I. So that means you need to look at I. 6 minus 1, I am looking at first line. 6 minus 1 is 5, so 5 is printed. In the second line, I equal to 2, so 6 minus 2 is 4. Because we are in the second line, that particular 4 has to be printed twice. Now if I am in third line, I equal to 3, 6 minus 3 equal to 3. Because I am in third line, the whatever that 6 minus 3 equal to 3, that 3 must be printed 3 times, like that. Okay, now next pattern. So now we need to find the logic for this question mark again. Now look at the pattern. In the first line I need to print 5, in the second line I need to print 5 4, in the third line 5 4 3. So that means it is somewhat variable. Okay, if you come across this kind of situation, first look at the J. First try to take J as reference. Okay, that is, see, this is the pattern, first column. I took J as reference. Now we need to find a relation to get the logic between this J and the whatever the character which we need to print. So start from the bottom to get proper understanding. I need to print 5 4 3 2 1 from 1 2 3 4 5. The simple way is subtract this 1 2 3 4 5 from 6. You can apply this for the above J values also. It is applicable to all. Okay, look at the second line. If I want to print 5 and 4, if I have 1 comma 2 values, simple, 6 minus 1 will give 5, 6 minus 2 will give 4. So whatever this 6 minus this operation is constant for all. Okay, and whatever this orange color is representing is J. You need not to worry how these values are going to change. That is taken care by internal loop. So that means now I can replace the question mark with 6 minus J. 6 minus J. Now this is one more pattern. 1 2 1 3 2 1 4 3 2 1, something is there. You don't worry. First look at the pattern. It is variable. I mean, in each line there is no fixed character need to be printed. It is somewhat variable printing, variable character printing. So then, as I said, you must take the difference of J. So if you look at the J and this pattern, these two are like a mirror image, like vertical mirror image. In the second line, the J value is 1 2, but what you need to print 2 1. And in the third line, 1 2 3 is J value, and you need to print 3 2 1. So that means you need to get the reverse of J in each line. Let us consider how to get the reverse. Consider 5 4 3 2 1. I need to print 1 2 3 4 5. I need to print 1 2 3 4 5. I have 5 4 3 2 1. I need to print 1 2 3 4 5. Then how can I generate this reverse? Simple. Get the maximum number in the sequence. So 5 4 3 2 1, because it is in the reverse, you need not to worry. Just what is the maximum number? Because we stopped at 5, the maximum number is 6. So now you subtract all these digits from 6. Obviously you will get this reversed 6. You can apply this logic here. In order to get 1 2 3 4 5, in order to get 5 4 3 2 1 from 1 2 3 4 5, please don't confuse. In the previous slide I have taken example in reverse, but you can apply this logic. In order to get 5 4 3 2 1 from 1 2 3 4 5, as I said, you can subtract from maximum number, 6 minus 6 minus 6 minus 1 2 3 4 in the fourth line. So what is the maximum number? 5. Okay, in the third line, 1 2 3, maximum number 4. You need to subtract from 4. Next, in the second line, the maximum number is 3. You need to subtract that particular j values from 3. So like this. Now please look at each line, the relation. In the first line I am subtracting j from 2. In the second line I am subtracting j from 3. In the third I am subtracting from 4. In the fourth I am subtracting from 5. And in the last line I am subtracting the j from 6. That means this is the question mark. The question mark indicates the character which is going to be printed, what we need to print. Okay, that is question mark. And the relation we got is 2 minus j, 3 minus j, 4 minus j, 5 minus j, 6 minus j. Always we are trying to get a generalized, a common equation, because we need to put only one equation over there, one logic over there in that printf function, printf parenthesis. Okay, so now the problem is here 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We don't have any fixed value over here. Like in the previous slide we have seen, we got 6 minus j, 6 minus, all 6 minus we got in each line, so that we can replace the entire relation as a 6 minus j, but here it is not possible. So in this case, in this kind of situations, take out that whatever the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, relate with I. As I said in the starting, whenever you have a fixed kind of pattern, fixed kind of character in each line, then you can relate with I. So I am taking I am taking this 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now this white color 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 can be obtained from this particular I value by incrementing 1. Okay, so that means I plus 1. This white character, if I put it as a question mark, I can replace it as with a I plus 1. So now you replace this I plus 1 over there, like here 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are there now. So here you need to place this particular I plus 1. So now you look at the each line generalized equation, it is common. So now you can generalize it as a I plus 1 minus j. Now you replace that I plus 1 minus j. Now you can try this with one example. Consider third line. In the third line, what is the I value? I equal to 3. And what are the j values? 1, 2, 3. And what is the character you need to print? I plus 1 minus j. First find out the I plus 1. I plus 1 for the third line is 4. Now you subtract these j values from 4. 4 minus 1, 3. Okay, done. 4 minus 2, 2 is there. 4 minus 3, 1 is there. Done. Simple. So whenever simple logic is, the pattern is not going to change. The character is going to change for different types. So next one. So this is for your practice. Please practice this. If you are facing any problem, you just use chat box, comment section, so that I can help you. Thank you.